So a very good morning to all of you students. So last time we have started chapter number 1, integers of class 7. In the previous period we have learned about addition and subtraction of integers. Now today we are going to learn about multiplication of integers. Okay, so before learning multiplication of integers, let us learn some properties of multiplication of integers. Okay, now first one, let us see that what happens when the given two integers have a same sign, that is a like sign, and they are multiplied with each other. For example, plus 4 multiplied by plus 5. Now remember that these both numbers are having plus sign. Every time we do not write this plus sign. If it is not present, then also it indicates that the number is positive. That is, this plus 4 into plus 5 can also be written as simply 4 into 5. Now here both the numbers are positive. When both the numbers are having same sign, that is both are positive, we do multiplication of number as it is, but we write here positive sign and then we multiply these numbers with each other, that is 4 5s are 20. Okay, suppose let us consider another example. If two numbers are there, minus 3 into minus 4. Now again let us check the sign of these numbers. So here two numbers, they both are having same sign. So when two numbers they have same sign, okay, we write the answer as positive. Okay, and now we will multiply the numbers. Okay, so now 3 4s are, so that is 12. Is it clear? So what we have learned, that when two given integers have same sign, we write positive sign over there. Okay, and then we multiply the numbers. Okay, now next one, let us see how to write when two integers have a different sign. Okay, now when the given two integers have opposite, that is unlike sign, let us see the multiplication. Okay, example, consider first example, minus 7 into plus 8. Now when two numbers are having opposite sign, here first number is minus 7, second number is plus 8, and these numbers with opposite sign, if they are multiplied, we write in answer as negative sign and then we multiply these numbers. Okay, so 7 8s are 56. Okay, let us consider one more example, plus 4 into minus 6. Again same condition. Now here both the numbers are having opposite sign, so when two numbers with opposite signs are multiplied, we write minus sign as an answer and then we multiply these numbers, that is 4 6 are 24. Okay, now next let us learn some properties of multiplication. Okay, now the first property of multiplication is closure property. Okay, now let us see what closure property indicates. Now closure property means the product of any two integers is always an integer. Let us consider that a is any one integer, b is another integer. If these two integers are multiplied with each other, our answer, whatever answer it may be, that will be always an integer. For example, 9 into 8. Now here two numbers with same sign, they are multiplied, so our answer will be positive, and 9 into 8, that is 72. Now this plus 72 is always an integer. Why? Because this 9 and 8 were integer, so their product is also an integer. Then next one, let us consider another example. Minus 7 into 5. Now here two numbers with opposite sign, that is first number is having negative, second number is having positive. So two numbers with opposite signs, they are multiplied, so our answer will always be negative, and multiplication of this number, that is 7 into 5, is 35. Now this minus 35 is an integer, so again the property is verified that the product of two integers is always an integer. Okay, now let us learn about second property, that is commutative property. Okay, now commutative property means two integers can be multiplied in any order. It means that suppose if you have two integers, first a into b, okay, whatever answer you will write, if you change the position of these numbers, okay, that is b into a, at that time also both the answers will be same, that is equal. For example, let us consider minus 3 into 5. Okay, so our answer will be, now again minus into plus, that is multiplication of two opposite signs, our answer will be minus, and then 3 into 3 multiplied by 5, so that is 15. Now let us change the position of the numbers. Okay, here minus 3 was written first, 5 was written after that. Now let us write 5 first and multiplied by minus 3. So what we have done, we have changed the position of the number, that is order of the numbers. Okay, now let us check whether we are getting the same answer as we had before, or are we getting any different answer. Okay, so now again, now positive sign multiplied by negative, so two numbers with opposite sign, they are multiplied, so our answer will be negative, and then multiplication of the numbers, 5 3s are 15. Okay, so both the answers are same. So what we have learned, that when we change the order of the numbers, okay, then also the multiplication is same. This property is known as commutative property. Okay, now let us learn about next property. Next property is associative property. Okay, now let us check what this property says. Okay, now associative property means when we multiply three or more integers, okay, they can group in any order to find their product. Okay, for example, now suppose we have three integers a, b and c. If we multiply them, okay, so this we have multiplied. Now let us group it. Okay, suppose if we first group a into b, whatever answer you are getting, the same answer you will get when we are writing a into b into c and grouping b and c together. Okay, so here whatever answer will be there, they both will be same. So here what we have learned, that when three or more integers are grouped together, when three or more integers are multiplied, they can group in any order to find their product. Okay, now let us consider one example over here. Suppose we have three numbers 2, minus 3 and minus 5. Now we have to multiply these three numbers. Okay, so let us first write 2 into minus 3 into minus 5. Okay, now here we will group these first two digits, first two numbers. Now we have to solve it group wise, so first we will write multiply the numbers which are present in bracket over here. Now here it can be seen that 2 is having positive sign, 3 is having negative sign, so plus into minus, our answer will always be minus, and then 2 3s are, so our answer will be 6. Okay, now we have to multiply this one with the remaining number, that is minus 5. Now here we have two numbers with same sign. Okay, so that is minus into minus. When two numbers with same sign are multiplied, our answer will always be positive, and then 6 into 5, that will be 30. Okay, now let us check when we group the same numbers in different way, that is we have 2 into minus 3 into minus 5. First we have group 2 and 3 together, minus 3 together. Now we are going to group minus 3 and minus 5 together. So let us keep these two numbers in bracket, equals to. Now as we have learned that first we are going to multiply the numbers which are present in bracket. Let us keep the number outside as it is, 2 into. Now these both numbers are having same sign. Okay, so when the numbers with same sign, two numbers with same sign, if they are multiplied, our answer will be positive. In other words, we say that minus into minus plus. Okay, now 3 5s are, so it will be 15, equals to. Now these two numbers are having again same sign, so when two numbers have same sign, our answer will be positive, and 2 into 15, that is 30. So again here we are getting the same answer. So what we have learned, that if we have three or more than three numbers, okay, it can be grouped in any order to find its product. Okay, this property is known as associative property. Okay, now next property is distributive property of multiplication over addition. Okay, distributive means to distribute. Okay, now what does it indicate? That is, let us consider we have three numbers. Okay, A, B and C, and if they are written in this form, that is A into B plus C. Okay, so here what we have to do, now remember that in bracket two numbers are there, but they both are adding each other, and a number is present out of the bracket. Now what this number will do, so this number, that is A, first it will multiply to the first number in bracket, and then it will multiply to the second number in bracket. Okay, that is A, it will first multiply with B, and then it will multiply with C. So how to write it? That is A into B, okay, then plus A into C. Is it clear? Now here what we have done, we have distributed A, that is distributive property of multiplication, so over addition. Why over addition? Because here in between plus sign was present. Okay, let us consider an example. Okay, now suppose we have a number over here, that is 2 into minus 5 plus 4. Okay, now how to write this number, that is how to multiply this 2 which is present out of the bracket with both the numbers present inside the bracket. So what we will do, it can also be written as, now first this 2 will multiply to minus 5, so that is 2 into minus 5, and then this 2 will multiply to plus 4, so plus 2 into 4. Remember that here we have written this plus sign, this sign is of this 2. Okay, is it clear? Now if you want to find the answer further, we can multiply these numbers. Okay, so what you will get, 2 into minus 5, that is plus into minus, opposite signs are there, so our answer will be negative, and 2 5s are, so that will be 10. Now two numbers, okay, we are going to group this one. Now these two numbers are having positive signs, so our answer will be positive, and then 2 4s are 8, so we'll write here 8 equals to. Now here it can be seen that we are having numbers with opposite sign, okay, and they are added, okay, not multiplied. So during such condition we have to do opposite signs are present. So in the previous period we have learned what to do. Here when two numbers with opposite signs are added, we will do subtraction of numbers, okay. So now 10 minus 8, it is 2, and sign of greater number, that is sign of 10 is minus, so we will write here minus 2. Is it clear? Okay, let us solve one more example based on this one. We'll just write distribute the number over let us write the distributive property of multiplication of integers over addition, okay. So suppose if a number is given 5 into, let us write here minus 5 into 7 minus 7 plus, let me change the example, 4 plus minus 7. Now what distributive property says, that if such a condition is given, the number which is present out of the bracket, so right now here minus 5 is present out of the bracket, first it will multiply to the first number present in this bracket, that is 4. So we have to write it with its sign. So what you will get, minus 5 into 4, okay, that is minus 5, it will first multiply to 4, okay. Now what will happen, now this minus 5 will multiply to which number, that is minus 7, okay. So let us write here, now minus 5 into minus 7. Is it clear? Have you understood this one or not? Okay, so here what we are doing, we are writing the sign of numbers. Is it clear? Now let us write its answer, okay, afterwards we'll verify it. Now what we are doing, these two numbers are there, so we will group these two numbers and group these two numbers, okay. Now minus into plus will become minus, and then 5 into 4, that will be 20. Now here this minus sign will multiply to this minus sign, okay. So minus into minus you will get plus, and then we are going to multiply these two numbers, that is 5 7s are how much, 35 equals to. Now here we are having two numbers with opposite sign, okay. We have minus 20 plus 35. So when two numbers with opposite signs are added, okay, during such a condition we are doing subtraction of numbers, okay. So 35 minus 20, 35 minus 20 is how much, that is 15, okay. And sign of greater number, so 35 is greater, its sign is plus. If you are not writing, then also it is correct. So our answer is plus 15. Is it clear? Now let us check whether by solving LHS are we getting the same answer or not, okay. So I am writing this one, minus 5 into 4 plus minus 7. Now suppose if you don't want to distribute this minus 5 over this addition, so let us solve it by different method, okay. Now here what we will do, we'll keep this minus 5 as it is, and then we will look at these two numbers inside bracket, okay. So here 4 and minus 7, these both are having opposite signs, so we do subtraction of numbers. Okay, now 7 minus 4 is 3 and sign of greater number is minus, so we write here minus equals to. Now two numbers are there which are multiplying each other, so these two numbers are having same sign, so in answer we write it as positive sign and then we multiply the numbers, so 5 3s are 15. Okay, so in this way what can be done? Here we have not distributed, here we have not distributed 5 over this addition, that is we have not multiplied this 5 with this inside numbers, but instead of that we have solved it bracket wise. Okay, and in this example we have distributed this 5 first over minus 4 and then we have multiplied it with, first with 4 and then we have multiplied it with minus 7. Okay, now next property, just like distributive property of multiplication over addition, okay, we can write the same property as distributive property of multiplication over subtraction also. In addition here plus was present, okay, in subtraction same condition, only instead of this plus minus will be present. So let us check that one. Suppose three numbers are there, a, b and c. So if it is written in this way, a into b minus c, so we can distribute this a over this subtraction in this way. First this a will multiply to b, that is you will get a into b. Now remember that here minus sign is present. Okay, so we write it as minus a into c. Okay, so this is distributive property of multiplication over, this one is subtraction. Okay, here it is subtraction. Okay, now let us move further. Now next property is existence of multiplicative identity. Okay, existence of multiplicative identity. Okay, now what is existence of multiplicative identity? This indicates that suppose if we have any number a and if it is multiplied by 1, then our answer will be equals to, or it can be also written as 1 into a, our answer will always be a. For example, 4 into 1 is always equals to 4, minus 5 into 1 will be the number as it is. So in other words we can say that any number when multiplied by 1 is the number itself. Okay, this property is known as multiplicative identity. Okay, remember identity means the number written, its identity, it remains as it is. Now next we are going to learn multiplicative inverse, that is existence of multiplicative inverse. Okay, now inverse means opposite. Okay, suppose if we have a number a, okay, we have to write it in such a way that its answer should become 1, so we will multiply it by 1 upon a, our answer will be 1. Now why 1? So here if one number is present in numerator, another one is present in denominator, then we can cancel these numbers. Okay, these two numbers can be cancelled. Okay, so here this 1 upon a is known as multiplicative inverse of a. Let us write some more multiplicative inverse. Suppose if we have a number that is 5, okay, so multiplicative inverse of 5 is 1 upon 5. So what we are doing, we are writing the same number, okay, but before that in numerator we write 1. In other words, we say that we are writing the reciprocal of this number, okay. Reciprocal means we are writing it below 1, okay. Now let us consider another one. Suppose we have another number that is -7. So the multiplicative inverse of -7 is, now you people think what it should be. So the numbers will be same, only we write it below 1. So 1 upon -7, this is known as reciprocal also, okay. So now next property is property of 0. Now what this property indicates, that when we multiply any number, okay, let us consider a is any number, when we multiply it with 0, our answer is always 0, okay. This property is known as property of 0. That is, any number, let us consider 2, if it is multiplied with 0, our answer will always be 0. Suppose if we have a number -10, if it is multiplied by 0, our answer will be 0, okay. This property is known as property of 0. That is, any number when multiplied with 0, the answer is 0, okay. Then now next property, that is multiplication of an integer by -1, okay. Now what does it indicate? Suppose if we have any number, okay, let us consider we have any number, if it is multiplied by 1, what do we say? That any number when multiplied by 1 is the number itself, okay. But if the same number is multiplied by -1, okay, so in multiplication what do we do? First we multiply, check the signs. So two numbers with opposite signs are present, so our answer will be minus, and then any number multiplied by 1 is the number itself. So this is multiplication of an integer by -1. What does it indicate? That a into any number when multiplied with -1, we change the sign of that number. This is known as multiplication of an integer by -1, okay. In other words, -a is what? Additive inverse of a, okay. This we have learned in the previous period, okay. So I think this much properties are enough for today. Hope you all must have understood these properties. Tomorrow we are going in the next period, we are going to start exercise. We'll solve some example based on this one. So before that, you all have to copy these examples and write some examples from your own, okay. I'm writing one last example here, okay. That is 5 into -1 is equal to -5. Then 7 into -1 equals to -7. In this way, any number when multiplied with -1, we change the sign of that number and number as it is, okay. So this much is enough for today. Thank you.